Hi, I'm Disa Rose, owner of Image Design Style Agency, and I'd like to have a discussion with you in regards to something that I hold so dearly that I think is definitely plaguing our community. I believe that we love to sweep underneath the rug and act like these things don't exist anymore. We love to sweep underneath the rug and act like it's not a problem or that it's not a thing. But it is a thing, and I want to put this out here, and it's not to bash anybody. You cannot help your characteristics. You were born with it, so it is not for you to take this personal. It is for you to understand that this is a real thing. All right, we are going to talk about this thing that exists in the women against women, mostly. I would like to say mostly. If that's not the case, I apologize, but I want to be fair. This thing that we have going on, it is still in 2023 going on. And that is the light and the dark. I like to believe that it's not as existent as it was, let's say 20 years ago, let's say 25, 30 years ago. I, in my mind, want to believe that it's not as existent as it was then. However, it has been told and discussed that it is still a thing, maybe not just as much of a thing, but it is still a thing. And the biggest problem is that when you act like it's not a thing, or when you act like somebody else is making things up and lying, then you're really not seeing and don't want to deal with it, of anything you don't want to deal with, period. There's a lot of women out here, and I guess a lot of men, by the way. Yes, it does affect the males too as well. When we have this dark skin, light skin thing going on, and see, this is the problem that we're gonna understand. Children pick on children. Period. And sometimes they just pick it up from their own household, and then they bring it to school and they implement all the ignorance that they got from inside the house, and then bring it to school, and the ignorance is just spewed upon other children who get affected by the ignorance of their parents. And so you spread poison by calling each other the names and making somebody feel like they're less than themselves, and that they can actually help their characteristic. And there is absolutely nothing wrong if somebody was born with a birthmark, or somebody was born with a scar, or something, or their nose is not exactly straight and it might be a little bit off, one eyebrow up, and what do you think that they can really do about these things? Nothing. They can go and get surgery, but if you knew me, I'm all for never that until you have to do that. But until then, there's nothing that they can do. And there's absolutely nothing that they necessarily need to do. So what we need to do is start getting rid of those things. As a matter of fact, everybody who has a child has a responsibility to teach their children so they're not ignorant as hell. And they won't go to school being ignorant as hell. They won't go to school and call other children something that they know for sure the child cannot help. Why are we trying to kill each other softly? Why are we trying to kill each other hardly? I don't know. Still segments and still remnants of self-hatred existing. It's still there. And the bad thing about it is, you get older, you feel as if, no, this is not there anymore. This is not a thing. No, it's not a thing. It is a thing. And people really a part of their self-esteem, their very being, their very essence of who they are starts affecting them because they don't feel as if they're good enough when you keep finding that thing and drilling it and drilling it and drilling it and drilling, and they're hearing it for year after year after year after year. Then they have to turn around when they're older and rebuild themselves back up just to give them back the power that but do you think that it's all gone? It's not. They're working on building themselves up, but that poison, that poisonous snake is still in them. Still there. On something they have no power to control. And yet, we continue to let our children stay ignorant by not teaching that, by not dealing with issues, by not informing them, by not allowing them to love other people who don't look like them or that even do look like them. When are we gonna finally, when are we? Here's the question, when are we? When are we? When is the greatest question. Are we tired? Have we had enough? When is enough enough? I hope soon. Disa Rose.